Free agency has been quite chaotic so far, right? I mean,
Kirk Cousins to the Raiders.
That's right. Fernando Mendoza gets the mentor he always wanted.
You know what? Can you walk me through the contract, and then I'm going to react to this because I have a reaction to this.
Sure, yeah. So Kirk Cousins to the Raiders. All right. 5 years, $172 million. That is not what this deal is, though. In reality, it's more of a 1 year fully guaranteed $20 million arrangement. So here's how it kind of breaks down, right?
The full Ryan Fitzpatrick. The full Fitzpatrick.
Right. So the Falcons cut him and still owe him $8.7 million from his old deal there. The Raiders pay him $1.3 million in base salary, which triggers the offset language on Atlanta's money. They also give him a $10 million roster bonus payable in March of 2027 that is not subject to that offset. So the total, Cousins makes $20 million this year. The Raiders also hold a 2-year, $80 million club option. So it's going to be the 11th consecutive NFL season in which Kirk Cousins has a fully guaranteed contract. 11 years in a row. The man is just always maximizing his leverage.
In a world where RG3 has gone into the media and kind of also now given it a rest on being in the media, in a world where Andrew Luck is old enough to now be an athletic director at his school at Stanford, no longer a quarterback in any capacity, long retired, Kirk Cousins continues to sign fully guaranteed contracts from that same draft class. Why did Mike Shanahan take Kirk Cousins in the 3rd round with RG3? That's got to be the best set of quarterbacks you could have taken. I mean, woof. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to think about how everyone else moves on. And Kirk Cousins, somebody had a mashup on Twitter of him just saying, with every team he's with, he's like, well, I want to retire a Falcon. Well, I want to retire a Viking. Well, I want to retire a Redskin. Well, I want to retire. Like, you go all the way back to him. Yeah. He says it everywhere he is. Yeah. Because he's always getting paid at that moment. It's fully guaranteed money.
Of course. How could you not love that?
So, I mean, Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana he's got to be the Raiders pick. But this kind of happened right after Mendoza's pro day. So do you think this is A, insurance, or B, more like they wanted to lock somebody down?
Probably more of an insurance type play, I would say.
Oh, hold on one second. Sorry, I have a family issue in the hospital. I had to make sure that everything was okay, and that was just a routine call. Everything is fine.
Good.
So I think it's more of it could be both, right? Kirk Cousins is the quarterback you want to win a few games, probably a few too many to be the worst team in the league again. So if you take Fernando Mendoza and he's not ready to go, you have a young head coach, Clint Kubiak, right? Mm-hmm. Who explicitly said he prefers rookie quarterbacks to sit year one. So you bring in Kirk Cousins, who wants to start again, and hopefully Mendoza can be shaped by your new young offensive coordinator / head coach now. What do you think? Is this the bridge you would have gone for? I mean, like, obviously Kyler Murray was already signed. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is a little bit of a wild card. Like, wants to go back to the Steelers or just be done with it.
There's not a ton of options. So, I guess it's as good as any at this point in the proceedings.
Didn't Fitzpatrick come down on a 1-year, $20 million deal to the Dolphins back when you guys, right before y'all got Tua?
I don't know if it was $20 million, but yeah, he was here for a second.
All right. Well, speaking of your Dolphins, Xiaomi co-founder, whatever that is, Ben Lin, acquiring a 1% stake in the Miami Dolphins, along with Stephen Ross's full portfolio. How do you feel about this?
I mean, that's quite the portfolio there, man. That's huge.
Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah.
The
Miami
Formula
Grand
One.
Prix.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yep.
Miami Open. I mean,
There's a lot.
$12.5 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's actually the highest valuation in the history of professional sports, which is pretty insane.
But doesn't Stephen Ross own the rest of the Dolphins, or like a large majority? Like he's the majority owner still, because this is only a 1% stake in the team.
Right. Yes, that is correct.
He's basically letting this person, if he's getting full value, give him a $10 billion for 1% of the team and full ability to be the landlord for the team currently.
I don't know if it's quite $10 billion, but yes.
I mean, well, because the evaluation is $12.5 billion.
Right.
So I mean,
I don't.
It's a lot. Well, because he's getting the stadium, the race, and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, if the Dolphins wanted to move one day, he couldn't stop them as a 1% stakeholder, and he would just be stuck holding all those assets. So Stephen Ross is just waiting to build a whole new stadium, or maybe he's thinking that the next stadium is somebody else's problem given his age. I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't own the Dolphins if you're bad at business. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Yeah, you don't reach that point.
The Michigan Business School is the Stephen Ross School.
That's
of Business.
Right. Yep.
Of course, we didn't go to Michigan, so
no.
Go Radford. Carson Beck out of Miami has his pre-draft visit slate out. Cardinals, Dolphins, Steelers, plus a dinner with the Jets ahead of his pro day. I mean, the Dolphins' interest is worth noting given their roster situation.
Yeah, not for sure. I mean, it's Malik Willis and Quinn Ewers right now. So their name in the room was going to be necessary.
You think it's necessary? Like, there's no way they just do those two?
I doubt it.
Obviously, you bring in, like, somebody to back up Malik. Yeah. But, like, is Tyrod Taylor already signed somewhere?
I don't know. I can check.
He'd be if you don't get somebody young, you look for somebody, like, that can mimic Malik Willis a little bit. But I don't know how fast Tyrod is anymore.
No. Well, Google's not doing very well. It says his current team is both the Jets and the Giants.
Oh, well, he's doing a good job. I think he's halfway through the year or something. He just plays in New York. Whoever's at home.
It's always the home New York quarterback.
Suits up. What color is it today, coach?
Green and blue.
Free agency. Okay, so The Athletic dropped a great piece with anonymous NFL execs going unfiltered on NFC free agency quick hits.
Oh, yeah.
Falcons, you had baffling everybody. I mean, multiple execs couldn't find a single move that made sense. One called it a grab bag of we don't know what we're doing. Getting Tua on the cheap is the one defensible move. Everything else is kind of a head scratcher. Their words.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. You got the Rams always in the mix. They're being universally praised for their aggression there. They got Trent McDuffie, signing him for $31 million a year, highest for any corner. That was the bold move of the offseason. One exec said they put their chips to the middle of the table, kind of going all in.
Vikings getting Kyler Murray for essentially nothing after Arizona cut him. I mean, people love that across the board. Everyone loves Kyler Murray except for the Cardinals, I guess. And like all of these same people before he was getting cut. When he was in Arizona, none of these people liked him anymore. Now all of a sudden, he's a great value.
Right.
People love to try to predict a turnaround. And Sam Darnold doing one has overreaction theater all over the place.
Yes.
Dude. Like everybody's like, the quarterback whisperer of Minnesota. He's going to turn him around. Kevin O'Connell's just going to become the quarterback coach at every Senior Bowl. They're just going to be like, you have to do it.
Why was the character there from like the 30s though?
That's the age I assume these people are.
Oh, okay, cool. So Washington, continues to be aggressive. They added edge rushers and some depth there. And then the obvious, big variables, Jalen Daniels, one exec saying that if he's right, that offense is dangerous.
Moving on, ESPN officially took over NFL Network. The league took a 10% stake in ESPN as part of the deal. The Fowler, Orlovsky, Lewis Riddick, number 2 booth is expected to be replaced. I mean, Jason Kelce is a dark horse candidate on the analyst side, but Everything they've put Jason Kelce on so far hasn't really worked out. He did play football, so that might be. Kurt Warner's also in the mix because of NFL Network. Buck and Aikman keep the number one job, obviously, and we'll call ESPN's first Super Bowl.
Ooh. All right.
Which won't be overdone or overproduced at all. I mean, who do you want to be in there? Who would you pick?
Anyone in the booth?
Yeah. It's not already taken, obviously, doing the job. Like, nobody's going to leave their booth job for this one.
Yeah.
The number 2 at ESPN.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like a lot of the NFL, the Good Morning Football personalities there. I'd be curious to see, how some of those guys would do. I think, seeing some more Kay Adams would be pretty cool.
Yo, she's not there though. She left a while ago.
Like, really? Well, still seeing more of her would be cool. She's good.
She's on FanDuel TV, so you'd have to pay for that.
Well,
FanDuel TV is free, but what I'm saying is like NFL Network and ESPN are not going to get Kay Adams. I doubt they're going to outdo FanDuel money. She already took it.
That's crazy to think about now, right?
It's called Up and Adams.
Mm-hmm. That's wild that now ESPN has to be like, oh, we can't compete with that money that they've got at FanDuel and DraftKings.
Kay Adams has been gone so long. I think the girl that replaced her for a long time on NFL Network has also left, but I might have that part wrong.
Is that Jamie Erdahl?
Maybe. I don't know that part. So.
Okay.
Wit Grit podcast. Love to keep you guys informed as much as we know, but we're honest about what we don't know.
Yeah. I think they should get people in the booth that aren't typically there. Like every game should have a third person that's just interesting. Not necessarily a celebrity, but just someone that's not there all the time.
Well, who are we going to give the job to until Dak Prescott retires?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because they love a Cowboys quarterback. They all get an analyst job.
It's true.
I would like to see. I mean, you couldn't get a Peyton Manning or a Ben Roethlisberger or anything like that, but I could see I don't know. There's nobody I really could think of that would be great. Aqib Talib. Aqib Talib and Skip Bayless. Right now they're at Underdog Fantasy doing an online show. I don't know if they could also do that job. Maybe not Skip Bayless, but Aqib Talib with somebody to kind of keep him straight, because what if it was him and Marshawn Lynch were the number 2?
Yeah. That'd be fun.
That'd be lit. There'd be 4 sensors working.